Terry, we all knew coming into the series the depth of your starting pitching, but the fact that you're 2-0 with DeGrom going in Game 3, what does that say about your staff and how they approach these games?
Well, Rich, we pretty much haven't hid the fact that we think we have pretty good pitching. And, they're young, they're inexperienced, they don't have the credentials that, Kershaw and Greinke and Lester and Arrieta have, but they're going to be good pitchers. They're going to be really, really good. And we're real proud of, as fast as they've come and the way they've handled themselves this summer. But, they're going to – we think we can stack up with anybody. And with Jake going, we just got to go in there. They play great in Chicago. It's a park built for them. And so, it should be a great series continued.
And straight back on the right.
Terry, I feel like we're kind of asking this every night, but it's quite a trophy case you guys have accumulated with the talent of starting pitching that you guys managed to be to continue it again tonight. What do you think of that accomplishment, what you guys have been able to do to these starters?
Well, we've gotten big hits. I mean, Dave, we aren't, we're not, again, because of the pitching we're facing, we're not crushing the ball, but we're getting big hits. I mean, we're getting guys on base, and it seems like somebody will come up with a big hit or a big play or a stolen base when you need it. Grandy tonight, another good game from Murph, another big game. So I was excited to see David swing the bat better. Both balls he hit were hit hard. So we're coming. Maybe it's coming, but we'll take what we got, and we're going to ride that pitching. Our bullpen went unnoticed because of the job Noah did, but they were outstanding tonight.
And over here in the front right.
Terry, I know velocity isn't everything in pitching, but how much of an advantage is that aspect of your rotation and having guys coming out throwing high 90s, sometimes low hundreds?
Ryan, I'm going to tell you, that's why when you look at our pitching staff, you just shake your head because the game is changing where those power arms, everybody's got them, but they're usually in the bullpen. And we have guys, and we're very, very lucky. It seems like they go out there and they maintain it. They can maintain 95 to 98 for 6 and 7 innings at a time. And I'll tell you, that's tough on hitters, especially in weather like this. That's really tough on hitters. So we're just really, really lucky, and the organization's done a great job accumulating this talent we kind of feel real good when Steven Matz starts to get it consistent because he's just as good as everybody else.
And to the left here.
Hi, Terry. Just getting back to your bullpen, you've had guys, you've had starters, relievers all come in and do the job for you so far in these playoffs. Just curious what it is about your guys that you think allows them to succeed in different roles and whether you have even changed your thinking about how important bullpen roles are.
Well, I wasn't a pitcher, so I was never one that thought to have a particular role outside of the guy pitching in the ninth inning was that big. But at this level, it is big. And guys want to know, when they're going to be used. And our guys have done a great job. But, they're all caught up in it right now. They're all caught up in the success of what's going on. As I said before, the one thing that has really helped us is, those guys walk through those clubhouse doors and they hang those egos on the coat rack. And there's no egos in that clubhouse. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's playing to win and rooting for each other. They don't care who's in the game. Just get it done. And when they get their opportunity, they're ready because they want to be part of it. So just like tonight, I haven't used John really as a primary to get a lefty out. Came in tonight, got a huge out for us. I got Steven Matz up. If Rizzo got up in the 8th, Steven Matz was going to face him. He was what we thought was the perfect guy. So, you just kind of feel good that everybody's buying into what's happening down there.
And straight back to the left.
Terry, you touched upon it a little bit, but you expressed so much confidence in David, even through his struggles here. How gratifying was it for you to see what he did in the first inning?
Well, Mike, it's huge. I mean, he's so important to the club. And I told you we had a little laugh last night when I asked him how he was feeling physically, and he said he was fine. And he said, outside the fact that I suck right now, I'm doing good. But that's the mentality. And I told him, I said, well, if there's one guy around here who's not worried about it, it's me. You're going to be in there tomorrow. And now, if you tell me you're back stiff after the cold night, I get it. I understand that. But we need you in the lineup. We need his presence in the lineup. He's still dangerous. And every time he walks in that batter's box, you just feel good like he's going to get something good to hit and hit it over the fence or hit it against the fence. And, he's that leadership, you got to have it on the field.
And all the way to the left, standing up.
Terry, as much as everyone talked about the Cy Young candidates on the other teams, the fact that you have such depth in the starting pitching, that your Game 3 matchups in both series should be assets. You have Neese in the bullpen, Cologne in the bullpen. How much has it been an asset, maybe not to have the name Kershaw, but to have the depth that you have with quality guys?
Well, it's huge. I mean, that's why we thought if we could get to postseason, we could match up with a lot of teams, everybody, because we have depth, and everybody's got real good. This is big league pitching. Everybody's got them, but I mean, we got some talented guys, and we all look at the Noah and Jake and Matt as the big three, but I'm telling you, Steve Matz is really good too. And we've got 2 starters in that bullpen that I wouldn't be afraid to start at any time. So we're very, very lucky that we have the pitching we have. It's going to make the difference, because in these kind of games, these kind of series, we're going to face good pitching. So whoever pitches best wins, and that's why I think we got a good shot.
And all the way to the far left again.
Terry, when you get that 3-run lead right there, 3 batters in, I mean, just what kind of lift is that for the guys on the bench? And do you think that puts Noah at ease a little, having that type going out there?
Well, I mean, it certainly was a big lift on the guys on the bench, because it was Jake Arrieta, who, I mean, this guy. There's some good candidates for the Cy Young, but he's one of the legit ones. And when you can jump out to a lead on him, you got to feel pretty good where you're sitting. And I think it helped Noah relax a little bit. And, hey, look, I'm going to go out and just pitch. We kind of had a limit on Noah tonight at 100 pitches due to the fact that he'd come back on 2 days. But he was very, very good. And again, just even though he threw a lot of pitches, a lot of strikes. So we just got to get ready for the next game.
And to the left again, straight back.
Terry, with Noah, he's no injuries, no Tommy John. He came up in May. What do you think about his development from the time he came up as a rookie doing what he's doing?
Well, he gets it real fast. When he first got here, you could see the power arm. Barry, I'm going to tell you, this guy sat on the bench. He pays attention. He listens. He asks questions. He got fast. He got better real fast because he did what he's supposed to do, and that's learn things that he needed to work on. There's a big, Fred talks about a lot about going to a bullpen session, and he picked up a 2-seamer in one bullpen session. It's become a big pitch for him because he works at it, and that's what makes him really good. This guy is going to be an outstanding pitcher for a long time. He's big. He's strong. Hopefully we keep him healthy. And he has no fear. He's not intimidated by anything. Of course, when you're that big, you shouldn't be intimidated by anything. But,
Terry,
he's legit.
And again to the far left.
Terry, how about that catch by Granderson and Wright? How important was that in keeping the Cubs from starting a comeback?
Yeah,
right
it was
then?
huge. It was a great catch by Grandy. He's both sides of the ball. You got to play this game on both sides. And even in the 9th inning, it hurt us, but. Not covering first base, boy, can come back and really bite you. And fortunately, we got away. It didn't matter. But Grandy made a great play on that ball.
And we'll take one last one for Terry.
Terry, the relief stint for Noah, do you think that helped him even more confidence-wise? And did he have to dig it deeper tonight because of that, because he pitched the other night?
Well, I think so, John. I think he, again, when I talked to him a couple days ago about pitching tonight, he said, yeah, I'm fine. I feel great. I'm ready to pitch. And he wanted to start. But I think going in that game at Dodger Stadium, that was a big game for us. And to have him at his age, and the fact he's never pitched out of the bullpen, just walk in there and pound that strike zone was big for us. And I think coming in tonight, he's got all the confidence in the world, and he should. But, we were just going to be careful with him, knowing that it was 2 days. So.